Bro, are y'all ready?
No.
Yes.
I was
Never.
born ready, dude.
Never.
Sydney's been ready for like 2
Okay.
hours now.
I mean, that's
3,
fine.
2, 1, go.
Coming at you. It's not even my squirt.
Yep, that.
Welcome back to Drop Dice, everyone's favorite online D&D podcast, except, apparently one of our members, who we will now publicly shame.
So I see we're just lying again today.
Shame.
Looking at you, person on the table that we're not going to call by name.
No.
Ack.
Damn. It's him.
It's me.
It's
These
bitches.
It is him.
I am bitches.
Okay.
Okay. But where we last left off, we were at the dwarven fortress of Karak-a-Karak with Fargrim's old friend, King Snorri.
No big deal.
Yeah.
That's a flex. That's a whole ass flex.
The gang is in some pretty freaking nice rooms with room service. There's buttons for various needs. Everyone's doing pretty good with themselves. Everyone has their own room for once. We do not have, unless you guys chose to go visit each other, but Kronk and Gregor are not sharing a room and doing oil things for once.
Correct. We did say we were sleeping
We're
in
all
Oh,
separate
yeah.
rooms.
They're
Separate rooms.
joining.
Even Ack got his own room, which was totally.
There's an adjoining room door.
They're joining. Naturally.
That hotel room door. You just go to your neighbor. Ours are just always unlocked.
Do we want to go around and introduce ourselves so everyone knows who's who?
No.
Hi, so this is Dylan. I'm playing Kronk Enator, ya boy, Lord and Savior. Nothing new.
My name is Ben. I'm playing Ack, the kobold monk, and I sometimes watch other podcasts.
Shame.
Shame. And now I'm upset.
I know your name.
So, yeah, this is Zach playing Gregor the Black, the real hero of the story.
Black Wolf.
Wait, the
believe.
full title is Gregor the Black Wolf. Yeah.
Also Gregor the Heavy-Handed.
No one calls him that to his
no
face.
one but everyone.
But far and wide, that is what he's known as, maybe, potentially.
Fargrim. You're a local angry dwarf.
One word, one opportunity.
Only get one shot.
Okay. So you guys wake up feeling well rested. For the first time since you fought the vampires, you actually feel like yourselves again.
God damn.
All of those hit points you were not able to recover have come back after just a nice long rest.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. 71 to
Feels so
71 hit
good.
points. I feel so refreshed.
Dude, I was down negative 30, so Gregor is feeling real good now.
I think Ack was down like 14, which is like a majority of his hit points.
I'm very curious how you got to 30 because it was only in increments of 7.
I just remember it being 30.
That's
I
fine.
had 30 in my
I'm not
sheet.
questioning it too much. I just heard that, and I'm.
I mean,
slightly
we have already established that math was hard.
Check it out.
That is true. Math is really
My
hard.
He
biggest
got
thing is
suckled
like,
over like 3 encounters, though.
That's
Yeah.
And we
but
did have to
but
take a long
multiple
rest.
encounters back to back.
yeah, but like 30 is not a
Multiple of 7.
of 7.
But was it only across?
It was
even,
only
Yes.
ever 7 damage.
even with Neferata?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. It was all. I'm pretty sure it was always 7.
check it out. My biggest thing is I literally just work here.
You literally just don't manage.
Yeah. To anyone that listens to our podcast, don't check our math ever because it will just break you.
It'll just make you
I mean,
unhappy.
or do, and that way I mean,
Also, if we're wrong, it's not on purpose.
I legally can't be fined.
Yeah. We're just.
So
We love the game, but no
We're
one
just
ever said
bad
we
at
were
it.
good at the game.
It's
We're
true.
just bad at it.
I never claimed that.
So if you have a problem with how we play, don't tell us.
Or do.
or do. I mean,
Flame
either
us. I don't give a fuck.
way. Either way,
Yeah.
I'll read it.
solid numbers.
Probably leave
Yeah,
a buck in the
I'll
comments.
read it and then ignore it probably. Honestly.
I won't.
Irregardless.
I'll read it and internalize
Not a
it.
word.
Anyways, we're in our bedrooms.
Ack gets up covered
Yes.
in meat.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, you ordered room service
oh yeah,
and just balled out.
He was just like fell asleep, just pieces of meat everywhere, all over the bed. He tossed and turned all night. The sheets ruined. God damn.
The sheets in Gregor's room are also ruined
I want you
Different
guys to
reason.
know.
due to oils.
Kronk's not paying for this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys are guests of the king, so I don't think they care. They also have magic. They
Yeah.
can just use prestidigitation,
Yeah.
snap their fingers.
This is not a reflection of me.
Right, he's gonna have to clean up Axe shit on the floor with prestidigitation.
Yeah. Ack is gonna grab some of the meat off of the bed and go to whoever is to the room right of me.
I believe that is Gregor.
All right, I'm gonna knock on the door.
First thing I'm gonna do. So I'm not wearing my plate, but I still got the body glove. Helmet. Let's hear a knock on the door. Helmet goes back on. I answer the door.
Hey, Gregor.
Oh, hey, little buddy.
This place is great.
It's like really great.
Have you tried the meat?
I have not personally tried the meat.
They've got like 7 different kinds of meat.
Like what is it?
I'm not sure. I didn't know that there were this many kinds.
I know.
Do you want some? And
Absolutely.
I hold up some meat.
So I'm just gonna take some. I'm gonna slide under my helmet and eat it.
Okay.
Do I immediately recognize it as something?
It's. You can tell it was once really good, like well cooked, like spiced meat. You think you're getting some like mountain elk, but it's also cold and had been sitting out all night. So it's a little bit not as good as it should be, but it's still pretty good.
Still great.
Just eating some.
All right,
like,
I'm just gonna
cold
high
rancid
five the little guy.
Nice. High five back.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you try the buttons on the wall?
No.
Yeah, they do stuff. Just
I mean that's
keeps
cool.
looking.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. So
Did you push a lot of them?
yeah, there's like 4 or something, and I pressed a couple times.
Cool, man.
They gave me a lot of meat. Like literally, I just kept asking for meat.
I mean, I know you're a meat enthusiast, but that's not really what I'm after. I'm just trying to go get my plate fixed. You want to come?
Oh, they brought it on a plate. Hold on, I'll be right back. And I run and go get the plate.
Gregor's just gonna like take a deep breath. Just
I come back with the plate. See, look, it's big. It's almost as big as me.
no, it's really big, buddy. It's
All right.
really big.
All right, so you can take that. Oh, so we got your shit done for the day.
So I'm gonna hold the plate. I'm gonna set it to like the coffee table to the side of the door. Be like, I'm gonna come back for that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna stay right there, okay? And then I'm gonna grab my destroyed armor and start making my way to. And I'm wearing like like I said, my body glove and maybe a robe, like some robes or a tunic, like normal people clothes.
Yeah, there's some like clothes laid out that are
Right.
about your size.
Right.
So does Gregor's body glove like cover? Oh, well, you're wearing your helmet or whatever, so it doesn't
Yeah.
cover your face or anything. But
The
it's just
glove
like
does not.
it's like a morph suit.
Think about it. It's like I always picture it as like a wetsuit.
Okay.
And then I'm wearing like boots and gloves.
Okay.
So like you cannot see any of my skin.
Gotcha.
And like I'm gonna take my plate to I'm gonna try to like find whoever like the smith is to fix my plate that has been heavily destroyed by
I'll go with them.
fucking ooh.
Do we want to get everybody else, or should we just go?
I mean, we can knock on some doors and see if anybody else wants to come because we're like going into like town proper, quote unquote, I guess, right?
Yeah.
We can see if anybody else wants to go.
All right, I go knock on the nearest door, which is mine, and then I realize it's mine, and then I go to the next door.
Okay. The next door is Gorst's. So
I knock.
you knock. You notice there's something pinned to the door.
I keep knocking.
There is no answer.
Okay, now I'll grab the thing on the door.
Okay. I will send it to you.
All right.
I would imagine like he's
Send-
moving so fast that I'm carrying my armor instead of wearing it, so I'm probably dragging behind a little bit.
It's just like you're
I
trying to
assume
like
you
look
went
over
and got
it.
your shit together, but
Yeah, I'm assuming you're like walking into him, just like rapidly knocking on this door
Like,
with no
probably
answer and like a
pretty
note.
aggressively.
he's not on crack, but he is like going pretty quick.
Or he is on crack.
All right. Well, I'm going to go up to Gregor and hand him the note because Ack can't read very well, and I'm gonna go to a different door and knock on it.
That's gonna be
Hey, Gregor,
Ron's door.
there was this thing.
Oh,
and
okay. So
Bye.
I'll take the thing.
I very recently finished my sunrise salutations, and
Nude burpees.
yeah, and I have my really fine clothes on, and I am gonna have my armor nice and stowed with some of my other belongings.
Okay.
And then
Just
you hear a
rocking
knock
my
on the door.
fineries, and I answer the door.
Hey, Grunk.
I feel like immediately
Hey.
it's act though, because it sounds like a little.
There's like teeny little tinks coming from like the bottom of the door.
Yeah.
But also like really fast.
Yeah,
Dut-dut-dut-dut-dut.
you open the door, see nobody, then look down, and there's Ack.
I like hear it on the door, and I'm just like, okay, all right. And then I go to the door, I open it, and I look down, and I just see you.
Hey, Grunk.
Hey, bud.
All right.
How's it going?
I hope you slept well.
I did.
But I think Gregor wants to go get his metal skin fixed.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know what your plans for the day are.
Is he going to the blacksmith, did he say?
Gregor.
I'm probably like almost walking up at this point.
I peek my head out the door.
What?
I'm like, were you going to the blacksmith?
Yeah, I gotta fix this plate, man.
Okay, cool. I wanted to go see what they could do about maybe some enchantments, like some of that rune good I've heard so much about.
Just gonna nod.
Oh, see if a runesmith's sitting around.
Where's Fargrim at?
I'll go get him.
Is everyone else out?
I'll go get Fargrim.
Okay, cool.
Gorse
At the
didn't
same
answer.
time,
but
I'm gonna read the thing that was pinned to
Okay.
Gorse's door, and I'm just gonna hand it to Krunk.
I'm gonna speed off to Fargrim's door.
Are you gonna read it, or do I need to also send it? To
I can read it. That's easier.
I mean, I'm also just sending it to Kronk right now.
Okay, yeah, or you can just send it to Krunk, I guess then.
If someone could eventually read it,
I'll read it.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge it. Like Gregor, I feel like wouldn't even. He'd just look at it and be like, pfft, not even acknowledge it, and he's just gonna hand it like to the 2-finger petty ass fucking like.
Ack didn't even read it. Ack is running to whatever the next door is, whether it's Fargrim's or not.
Hand
I'm
it
gonna
to
go knock
Kronk.
on it.
it is not Fargrim's.
I'm knocking on it anyway.
You see, a dwarf comes. Can I help you?
You're
In his robe.
you're not Fargrim. I think I have the wrong room.
Probably.
I
but
buy
like,
and I run away.
he just looks down the hall at you like, what?
I go to the next door.
The next door down, or do you go back
next
to the?
door.
Okay, you knock. There is no answer.
I knock again.
There is no answer.
And I go to the next door.
Hey, he's getting like really far ahead now.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
he's just sprinting down this
How many doors doors in this hallway are there?
There's a lot.
Tell me we didn't get a block? Like they didn't block our rooms? Like
Well, there's other people on it because there's only like 5 of you, and there's like probably like
but we're the 5.
16 rooms on this.
I
Floor?
run back.
a really
to
specific
the
number.
fellas. I go, hey, where's Fargrim's room?
It was like one more down.
Yeah,
the other way.
I kind of point as I'm reading this note.
I'm
and
already
I'll be like,
off.
the other one.
Okay.
So, as I'm reading this note, it states, "This letter is to inform you that I am resigning from this quest for other opportunities. I've enjoyed my time with this company, and thank you for the opportunity to advance my adventuring skill set. Signed, the Friendly Gorse." So Kronk is just gonna be like, "What the fuck?
Right.
Where did you get this?"
It's on his door, man.
It was just there. It was just on the door.
The little one handed it to me.
I found it.
Just yell at.
Yeah.
Be like,
I knew I should have purged that guy when I had the chance.
like I knew it was weird, but like, man, I thought we
The
would've got
cutting and the ghosts.
it. Yeah, I mean, when we were on the beach, he seemed pretty cool. I think he might have been like homeschooled. He just doesn't have great social skills.
I don't understand because I mean I grew up in like a pretty controlled environment and I turned out all right.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, okay. He's just gonna fold this up and put it in his pocket.
If we see him again, I feel like we're gonna revisit some things.
I knock on Fargrim's door.
All right, cool.
Fargrim, your door is being knocked on by a tiny little midget. Very aggressively.
But like a midget, but also shorter than you. So
And a lizard.
Fargrim
Dragon.
wakes up in cold sweats. He kind of like just quickly cleans himself up, puts pants on,
Knocking the whole
and
time.
yeah, the whole time just
answers the
nonstop.
door.
Pants, no shirt.
I stop as soon
Yeah,
as the
pants,
door
no
starts
shirt.
opening.
That's standard.
I feel like Fargrim's legally not allowed to wear a shirt.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
very much bare chested at all times.
Always. As soon as I see the door opening, Ack stops knocking and backs up 5 feet, just in case.
Yes, Fargrim's throw hand.
Yeah. No, because Gregor or Ack likes Kronk and Gregor. He's still pretty scared of Fargrim.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
It's appropriate.
It's not bad.
He understands that he is tolerated.
Yeah.
But hey,
That's some
Fargrim.
serious self-awareness for fucking
He
act.
doesn't have much, but he gets a vibe sometimes.
Survival skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Fargo. I think Gregor wants to go get his metal stuff fixed, and Kronk has some other stuff. So I don't know if you're trying to do stuff today.
Going into the city has been very difficult for me, but I will take you to the armor.
Literally, as you say armor, is like when we walk up, like, oh, armor? Cool, that's exactly where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go. So I start just heading towards the exit and walking out into the city.
Okay.
I'll,
Okay.
I'll run
Oh,
after.
on the beach.
You guys pass through a bustling city of dwarven folk. There are dwarves of every shape and size and gender.
So I can probably see exactly where I'm going because I'm way taller than all these bitches. So,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, me and Krunk are heads above tall. So we could probably, like, I would imagine from quite a distance, like, see where the armor is. Be like, oh, okay.
I mean,
That's,
you kind of have to go through like a labyrinth to get there. There's a lot of like twists and
okay.
turns. It's not like you're like at like State Fair, like coming down a hill
Got
where you
it.
can see everything. It's
yes.
more of like you're in like downtown and you have to like maneuver your way
Okay.
through places.
Blocks.
Dwarf
Yep.
City.
right. Got
But
it.
I try to
Got the picture.
I keep my head down. I try not to like I don't know, make eye contact with people. I really
Head
don't
down.
want to talk to anybody or have anybody recognize me at this point.
Seeing the mohawk, most people kind of give you a respectful distance.
Especially the fact that your mohawk, like, this has been said before, with your mohawk accounted for, you're basically as tall as Gregor.
Yeah.
So your mohawk is like 3 feet tall.
like a shark in the sea.
like,
Yep.
So yeah, everyone kind of gives you a very respectful distance. No one really is trying to make eye contact. They're all kind of like averting their eyes and just kind of like giving you space. They know you're dealing with some shit.
Do
Wonderful.
we notice that?
Ak, you definitely do because you have a really high passive perception.
Damn.
Gregor, you probably don't. You're probably humming some kind of like Mindenheim song
Yeah,
in
no
your
doubt.
head.
Gregor's super not aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look
Especially
around.
social cues like that, like, would not pick up on. Like,
Is
Oh, yeah.
wrong? He's got a 14 passive perception. Does he notice the respect?
respect.
I feel like he might because he's usually looking for that.
Yeah, and you're
so
a very
he
like
might misconstrue
charismatic
some
person.
of it as people paving way for us.
Yeah, Kronk definitely would like maybe think some of it's for him,
Yeah,
but he definitely notices that it's happening.
of course.
So I'm gonna look around and be like, we're missing somebody. Where's that weird guy?
Oh,
He
yeah,
left.
He left a note. He left.
It's like Gregor, you're just gonna see Gregor shaking his head, like, pfft.
Yeah, he's gone. Can't honestly. Maybe controversial. Can't really blame him. Cause
What
like
do you mean?
he was looking for something. So like maybe he's got his own mission.
Well, the weakling is gone, so we carry on.
Fair
so
enough.
far,
Fair
Fargrim,
play.
Fair
Fargrim keeps moving
Shit.
forward.
Cool.
I follow Fargrim. Yeah.
After a
That's
bit of a
shit.
brisk walk, you guys come to what seems to be like the merchant district, and Fargrim leads you to a blacksmith who is currently focusing very hard working at his forge. The air is filled with the smell of like smoke and like hot metal and like oil. You hear like the clanging of him hammering down on some metal, and then he kind of stops and like starts swearing in Dwarvish, and you hear like the sizzle as he like submerges.
Quenches.
Yes, he quenches it.
Do I recognize him?
Yes, you recognize him as the one of the best smiths in the Dwarven Keep. He is Thorgred Halfbeard. You see he has this really nasty like scar going down half of his face. It's like kind of gnarly and like burned, so only half of his beard is growing in full.
Actually, really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually
It's pretty lit.
Yeah, that's like,
pretty aesthetic.
yeah, that's super dwarvish.
It's very black.
So he has like a very long full beard, but only like half of it is growing from his face.
Nice.
Yeah.
I look at him.
Bet this guy makes some baller deer.
Yeah. Thorgrid, it's been many decades. I've come back.
Fargrim, it's been an age, lad.
Yes. I've come back with some travelers that we have been going on several adventures.
I'm glad to see that you are alive.
We've been in some trouble lately, and we need some help with some armor. Would you be willing to help us out?
Oh, of course, lad. Anything for you.
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna walk up and greetings, Master Smith.
Greetings, no beard.
That's fair.
He says.
Fair. So my plate has recently suffered damage in battle. I was hoping that you would be able to restore it to its former glory.
Put it on the bench there. Let me see.
Thump.
Thorgrid, do we have a runesmith in town?
Shit. All right.
Yes, actually.
Just interrupt my transaction. That's cool.
You'll be
We have one of the great masters is here, actually.
Where is he?
If you go down the lane and you go around and you go down into that deep cavern, not the really deep cavern, but the deep cavern.
The medium deep.
Not the medium deep. The deep, but not the really deep.
So not extra, not the XL, but the L.
Yes.
Got it.
See, you're smart for one of the manlings.
Thank you.
I
yes. Thank you.
I just start heading down there.
Okay.
follow.
So you head down there.
Bronx is
Gregor,
gonna
are you
follow
staying with
suit.
your armor?
Can I maybe roll like an insight to see if I can trust this dude, not like hawk my shit while I'm gone?
Sure.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah, he's like
Master Smith and the King's
I don't know,
Forge. And
You
you're like,
trust
"Yo, are
some
you gonna
like
steal my shit?"
random dude and like
I still don't know this dude from Adam. I mean, okay, I rolled a
unbelievable.
7.
If I was up there and I heard him say this shit, dude, I would
wouldn't
beat his
say
ass.
it. This would be me like this is my internal monologue. Thank you.
Implication.
Oh, right. Well,
Right?
also Gregor's gear is sacred to him,
fair.
so he wouldn't just leave it with anybody.
I don't know. I feel like he's left it with just anybody.
What? When? When? He never takes it off.
It's gonna get violent.
you get a really good vibe. He gives off like that like wholesome dad vibe,
Fuck yeah.
where like he.
Yeah, that
he gives off
guy
that
with
wholesome-
like half no beard. This is
what I'm
dad
Yeah.
vibe.
Just this like gnarled, wizened old dwarf who obviously has been in some battles and obviously won them, but it like cost him. Definitely gives off like that dad vibe.
Check it out. I'm gonna go to him. Hey, warrior to warrior. Not even. This isn't even gonna count towards my payment for your service, but just for the work that you do and for keeping an eye on my gear while I'm away because it's so important to me. I'm just gonna give him 100 gold.
Oh, geez, you don't need to do that, lad.
Sure.
This is my work. This
Okay,
is what
hey,
I live for.
I don't
but
want. I don't want to insult you. I just want you to know how much I appreciate the craft.
he's like, I'll still take it.
Yeah.
but,
Fuck.
like,
There it is. Okay.
but like, you didn't need to do that,
Yeah.
but I appreciate
Then
it.
we're gonna
you
do
know?
like one of those like, you know, what I'm saying like the knuckles and like.
He does like an overly complex dwarven one
Hell
that
yeah.
you just kind of like.
I fuck it up immediately.
Oh yeah, but like
What he's going with it.
you try, and he like obviously appreciates that.
Yep.
Yeah. So to fix your armor,
Yeah,
let me
thank you.
see here. That should be. Let me pull up the stats. Actually, me as Amber.
And actually, yeah, if I could just pay for it up front, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't have the
$1
price.
million.
We're gonna.
dollars.
That'd be a bummer. That'd be a huge bummer.
7,000 gold.
That should be about 300 gold there, lad.
Oh, it's not bad at all.
And I should have it done for you in a few days.
You know what? Out of respect for his craft, and again, respecting that, like, I see his battle scars. I'm not even gonna try to negotiate. I'm just gonna, because I don't want to
Just pay.
insult him. I'm just gonna pay.
Pay
it.
them.
That's probably for the best, actually.
Yeah, because that's a good. That's a great price.
That is a
It's a-
yeah. I'm benevolent today.
It's okay. It's Fargrim's friends.
Yeah, it is. It's
We
you
get
know,
hooked up.
like not Fargrim's grandpa, but like that dude that is kind of around.
An uncle.
He showed up to the barbecues when Fargrim was little.
Yeah. Don't really know how he's related, but you know he was there.
He's like the not biological uncle.
Yeah, he's that like coworker of your dad's that like is a little bit too interested in your life, but you kind of roll with it. Not in like a creepy way, just in like a this guy never had kids way.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
If you say so, sure.
Yeah, that.
Not from
Everyone's
personal
got one of
experience.
those.
Yeah.
Amber, is there anything you'd like to tell the party?
No, actually.
It's so relatable. In that I don't think I have anyone like that.
Hey man, be cool.
Proud of you. So then,
Cool, Gregor got his
Fargrim
shit
and
fixed.
Kronk are also still headed down to the.
Well, he's still fixing. I don't
The
have it. I don't have it
Smith.
back.
Oh
right?
yeah.
No, you're gonna get it back in like a couple days.
Okay,
It's gonna
yeah.
take a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting
Right.
payment.
So then I'll
Yeah.
follow the rest of the group, just rocking the body glove.
Okay.
I thought you said you put clothes on over it,
Yeah, don't you have
Like-
like a robe or
like a
something?
Yeah, you
linen
put like a tunic
shirt.
and shit, like normal
but-
people clothes.
You know what I meant to say though, like just rocking like street clothes, not my armor.
Street vibes.
Okay.
and helmet.
Still got the weapons, still got the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Time
like
out.
decent
Quick.
clothes and then a
Did my
piece of shit
shield?
helmet.
Does my shield need to be repaired as well? Or do I still have my shield?
No, you can still have your shield.
Cool. That's on my back.
Okay. So, Fargrim goes down another deeper corridor, and you start to hear some mutterings coming from this like crack in this like cavern wall. You're in a deep place, but not a super deep place. You're in a not medium deep place either, but you're in a deep place.
The L, deep place.
Yeah, the L deep place.
But I can hear some like.
Yeah, you start hearing these like dwarvish incantations from this like little like crack in the wall that Fargrim is able to fit down despite his density. So I would imagine the rest of you can also kind of.
Yeah, just jump.
How tall is it? 'Cause that could be a problem for Kronk.
You
Yeah,
need to
those things-
crouch, but you can make
Okay,
it
cool.
through.
Kronk's like 8 and change.
Yeah, you definitely
8
have to
feet tall.
crouch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Kronk's big. Dude.
Gregor also has to crouch. Ack,
Greg-
you're just having the time of your life.
Oh, I fit everywhere.
Gregor's
Yeah.
like 6 and change, but like 8.
Yeah, no, Kronk is like legit very tall.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you said he's basically like a reskinned Goliath.
Yeah, he uses Goliath stats, but he's basically like in his lore and his origin story, he becomes imbued with a bunch of magic, which like I got.
Steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that
Yeah, he's
from
on steroids.
like the Karak-a-Karak that are like a
steroids.
Zinch like worshiper unit because they basically use magic to like
And long-
swole themselves. So that's kind of what happened to him was like he got imbued with this magic and like basically like
Crunch
gifted.
started taking the fantasy equivalent of HGH.
Yeah.
Just,
So now he's just like giant.
Yeah.
Height steroids.
Yeah.
He did that surgery where you break your shins, your leg bones, and then put screws in them.
Real.
I know. It's
Terrible.
I'm gonna be honest. I have thought about doing that.
Stop it.
don't
Stop
don't.
it. Don't do that.
I won't, but I've thought of it.
It's questionable.
It's supposed to
Couple
be
times.
incredibly
Might.
painful.
Oh, I'm definitely aware, but like, I don't like that I'm short.
So we're going through this little door.
Yeah, you're going through this little crack in the wall. You hear this dwarvish chanting. You come through and you see this dwarf kind of like hunched over this like smoking crack in the earth. So like there's like this little like fissure and there's like all of this like stuff. coming out.
Magma.
No, more think like Oracle of Delphi.
Oh, okay.
And he's muttering some kind of dwarven
So we're
stuff.
huffing fumes.
Yes.
Bet.
And you can see he's like working at something as he's doing this chanting.
Okay.
And like,
I'm not gonna interrupt. I'm gonna wait for it to be over because it's disrespectful to interrupt something like that.
he chants for a little bit longer, and then you notice there's like this kind of like glowing energy, and then it kind of stops, and he kind of like sits there, kind of like fidgeting with whatever he had going on. And he's gonna kind of polish. You can see it's some kind of metal thing, and he's gonna put it away and then turn toward you. Can I help you?
Hi.
Greetings. What? You're an interesting one. I
So
have
are
not
you.
seen your kind here before. What? You seem a lizard, but
I'm
you're
gonna-
not a lizard.
I'm Ack.
Pleasure.
Gags up a
I'm gonna
bone
step
from
forward
his me.
and address him as our ancestor. Say, Grumpy, we have come here to request your assistance.
I am here to help the people. I see you have taken the vow.
Yes, I have been Slayer for many, many decades now. And I am with a few travelers that accompany me on many adventures. They have my respect, and I hope that you will help them with a few things that they need.
That can be arranged. What
Brother
what do
Kronk
you need?
would like
Brother.
would like a weapon engraved with some runes. If you have the time.
Like, it may take me a few nights, but I can make this happen.
Okay, Kronk's gonna kind of step forward and remove the like circlet crown from his head and be like, Master Dwarf, this is actually what I had in mind. I seek some kind of runic enchantment to enable me to better defend some of my less, and he like glances down at Ack, stalwart allies in battle.
I wave.
Is there anything that you can do?
He takes the circlet from you and kind of looks at it.
I like bend down. Because I'm pretty tall, and I don't know if he could reach it if I was holding it up.
Oh, I imagine you're not holding it up. You're like holding it down to
Yes.
him. He kind of looks at it and he kind of like
Take a knee.
goes over to his like crack in the floor.
Just dangle
Jump
it over.
And he kind of mutters a little bit in Dwarvish and kind of like moves it through the smoke. And you notice it kind of glows for a second. He's like, yes, I can do this for you.
Excellent, thank you.
Just give me 3 nights and I shall have it done.
Okay. What would you need for payment for this service?
What do you have to offer?
Well, I can offer you gold. If you had less mundane interests, I am able to barter with some trades. I could offer you a ring of truth, dust of dryness, a perfume of bewitching, perhaps, or potions of heroism. Unfortunately, there are other items that I'm not willing to part with, as we're going to need them on our journeys.
From you, for this, I will take 500 gold and a secret never spoken.
Oh,
Damn.
interesting. Very well. Okay, so 19, 24, 30. What's 2430 minus 500? 1970?
2430 minus 500.
Or 1930.
Be 1930.
1930. Okay, I'm fucking potatoing.
Wait, what? Minus 500?
2430 minus 900 would be.
Or
Or
minus
excuse me,
500.
minus 2430 minus 500 would be 1930.
1930, right?
No, be
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. 400 and then another 100.
No, because it ends in 30. And then you take the 2 off.
It's 30 to 30. It's
Yeah, I mean, you're just
Oh, I'm...
those two.
500?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you did the
shouldn't-
thing I was doing
Yes.
of
Yep.
being retarded.
Yep. My be
Okay, so 500 gold down. A secret never spoken.
a secret. Your friends may clear out for this portion. But I will
If
on
I
the
could
second
just have a moment
on the second night, I will need you to come and tell me your secret.
Very well. I will dwell on that, as I'm not a naturally secretive person. I'll have to really contemplate this. Did you fucking laugh?
That's Zach laughing. Not
Kronk
Gregor.
has integrity.
Right.
Allegedly.
As far as Gregor was concerned, yeah.
Yeah, out of character, Kronk has an ass ton of secrets to sift through.
If Ack had ears, they would have perked up.
You trying to tell me Ak doesn't have ears?
I think he just has like
Does Zach not have
like
ears?
like a dragon. Do dragons have ears? I figured he's kind of like a dragon head kind of.
yeah,
I thought dragons.
dragons have
Yeah,
Then
they,
he
they
did
have
then
ears.
his dragon ears definitely perk
How
up
would
just a little
dragons
bit.
hear if they didn't have ears?
I don't know. Same way lizards hear. Lizards don't have ears.
Lizard.
They got ear holes.
still an ear.
I mean, but
They
it's
just
just
don't
a
have
hole.
like external like
Yeah,
ear
they don't got
cartilage.
like the cartilage and shit.
They don't got no flappadoos.
They can
I don't
never-
remember if I
they can
decided if Ack
never
had
get
those. or not.
cauliflower ear.
I'd have to look back at my original
Anyways,
description.
I pay the man. I was
Okay.
like, "Thank you, Master Dwarf. I will return with the secret due."
Master Runesmith.
Master Runesmith, my apologies. I'm not very culturally informed
That is okay.
among your people.
Many manlings struggle with our culture. I will not hold it against you.
I'm sure they do, Master Runesmith. And I just walk away.
You may call me Master Hundal.
So
He already walked away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking.
Does anyone else want anything from the runesmith while we're here?
I hold up a bronze necklace and go, "Can you make this do stuff?"
Just a general bronze necklace.
Yeah, I got it. I think it's what I got from Neferata, actually.
Okay.
You said it wasn't magical.
Oh,
it was,
word?
it was during that that cave or whatever. I got a necklace, a bracelet, and a crown.
What do you wish it
Napkin
to
crown.
do?
I don't know,
Small thing.
stuff.
Anything in particular, or do you just want to be surprised?
Surprised me, to be honest. I have no idea what the options are. I wasn't aware that this was a thing. You can just make stuff do stuff.
I mean, through some powers.
I mean,
yes.
I know stuff like that exists, but I didn't know people did that.
Oh, he kind of like pats your head. Oh, yes, small one. Yes, we do. There are a few masters left, but we exist.
This is blowing my mind.
What do you offer in payment? Small thing.
Hold on. He starts digging through his bag. I've got some goblin ears and an elf skull and this bracelet and this more goblin ears and some naga fangs and some vampire ears. I got this stone. I got all this gold too.
It's like I shall see what the stone spirits tell me this can be, and I will take 200 gold, the dark elf skull, and the truth of your being.
I don't know what that last one means, but I mean,
It's gonna be whatever Ack thinks it means at this point. Honestly, I'm very curious what Ack is gonna come up with.
I'm gonna be real, like, Gregor doesn't know what that means, and, like, I also don't really know what
Act
that
about
means.
to have like an existential moment of like, what am I?
act.
This is the episode Act becomes
Wait, it was
self-aware.
the skull, 200 gold, and the
A truth of your
a
being.
truth of my being. Okay,
And
so
an
Ack,
existential crisis.
Ack hands over the gold, looks into the eyes of the skull for a minute, and then hands it over, but just holds on for just a little too long.
He kind of like tries to like take it and realizes you're still holding onto it. So he just kind of like
second.
he just kind of like lets you hold it until you're ready to
Just
let it
a
go.
second. I still got my demon skull on Gregor's bag, so
Kind of Ezekiel.
yeah.
No.
Like so I can always get another elf skull, guys. But yeah, I hand it over and then contemplate, and I walk over to Gregor and just dumbfounded.
I'm just gonna like pick up the little guy and just like put him on my shoulder. I'm not gonna say a word because I can see he's going through some shit. But I'll just put him up there because I know he likes it.
Do you require anything, Mr. Knight?
Honestly, thank you for asking, but no, other than getting my plate repaired,
That I cannot help you with.
yeah, I've already seen to that. But thank you for assisting my companions.
Of course. A slayer has asked for aid, and we of dwarf kind do not look smallly upon that.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
just
bow.
gonna give him a nod. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bow and walk away.
Okay. Did you want anything, Fargrim?
No, I am equipped with my rune axe, and that is enough for me.
Okay.
The rune snacks.
Rune snacks.
It's a
Rune
Pez
snack.
dispenser too.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually,
The blade folds back.
Yep.
actually, Chex Mix.
Because he just
Pommel
starts.
screws off, and there's just a Chex Mix tube.
Just dispenses it.
It's magically self-filling. It's not enough to feed you for a day, but it
Yeah,
definitely is
you
like
get-
a good
You
snack.
get a handful at the dawn of every day.
Yeah. Guys, this is canon now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go find a tavern and just start drinking.
Okay. Since you are back where you are from, and Fargrim has some very interesting history, I'm gonna have you roll a d20 as you start drinking
Okay.
to
Roll a
see if
D20 for-
something happens.
How hammered
Nope.
Fargrim gets.
Something else. We're gonna get into some backstory here, guys.
The deep lore.
The very deepest of lores. Fargrim buried some stuff pretty freaking deep.
I'm scared.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
A 7. As you start drinking,
I've been dreading this for a long time.
Good.
you hear a voice kind of whispering It's very familiar. It's a woman's voice. You don't quite hear what it says, and you don't quite understand it, but
Seems familiar.
it seems familiar. And the last, like before you kind of like get further into your drink and you start like forgetting about it, you're like getting that drunk. You hear this voice kind of whisper in like a very loving tone, Fargrim.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna like twitch at this and just kind of like he seems kind of like confused and just kind of distraught by it. So yeah, he just kind of like just twitches, hits his head a few times, and just chugs his drink and gets another one.
Kronk and Ak, you notice this. Gregor, you do not.
The lack of awareness is.
We notice that Gregor is drinking heavily. Or
You mean Fargrim?
or Fargrim, sorry. My bad. Neither of you have scales. It's all confusing to Ak.
I don't really think Gregor would be drinking too much because I feel like the dwarves would not have bendy straws.
It's the dwarves. You think they don't have bendy straws?
They do?
Or
Oh hell!
if they
so,
don't have one, they will make you one.
if so, Gregor is getting lit.
Gregor's
Oh,
about
yeah.
to introduce bendy straws to dwarven
Yeah,
society.
so the bartender comes around. Fargrim's having a moment,
A fucking
but
a thing.
Act, you want to roll stealth real quick?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then Gregor, the bartender, comes over. What can I do for you?
I would need an ale, but also I cannot take my helmet off due to extremely personal reasons. So
Oh, that's weird, sir. But you know, you manlings are a strange folk.
we are manlings for sure. But I'm gonna need some sort of. Are you familiar with the concept of the bendy straw?
No, but I like the thought of it.
All right, so
What is this?
I'm gonna take like a bar napkin, and I will draw out a bendy straw.
Oh,
Like one with like hella bends.
So crazy straw.
Yes.
oh.
Spells out the year.
I got something for you, manling. And you hear he goes in the back, and you hear this like thudding sounds, and like it sounds like there's like whirring machinery.
Forging.
Forging is happening. A cat screams and like runs off.
Jesus.
There's more thudding sounds, and you hear what might be a bandsaw.
Some broken glass.
the
some-
usual
yeah.
zany, like weird behind this curtain.
You dwarven
Workshop, let me
warriors.
make some shit.
Right.
real
Yes, and he comes back with like 7, and they're bent in all different ways. They're different colors, they're different materials. There's a wood one, there's a glass one, there's like really like flexible, like you're not entirely sure what it's made out of. One is like curved out, so in cursive it says manling going up it.
That's actually pretty cool.
One has dwarvish runes that I don't think you can read dwarvish.
I cannot read dwarvish.
Fargrim, you realize that it says something along the lines of more drunk.
It gets you drunk faster.
And there's another one in dwarvish runes that says
No beard.
yes.
So like, I feel like Gregor is just being super not self-aware, but not wanting to offend this gentleman would pick the one that says no beard.
It says it in dwarvish, so you don't know necessarily.
Right, but that seems the most intricate one that maybe he put the most time into.
Okay. Yeah, it's made of this. It's made of metal.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's reusable.
Wonderful.
It's durable.
Saving the turtles.
So
Built to
I'm gonna
last.
take that. I'm gonna flick this dude a couple gold coins, like 3 specifically for the straw.
Okay. Do you want the rest?
All I can have all of them.
What else am I gonna do with them?
Thank you, Dwarven Master. I will take them all. Yes.
Yes, thank you for the challenge.
Dwarven
This was very
master.
interesting.
Some dude at a bar.
Oh yeah, just some random bro at the bar.
You just look so genuinely happy for a second.
Yeah, you can like almost see the smile through the
Oh,
helmet.
no, I'm talking about Zach.
Like, oh,
He was
man.
like, what?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take all of them, put them in my pocket. I'll keep the one that seems the most intricate. I feel like would be the manly one. So I'll take that one. I'll stick that in my ale and just start Start scissorping it.
Cool.
I rolled a 19 stealth.
Okay. You guys don't notice, but Ak is gone.
I disappear.
Of course I wouldn't notice.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, Gregor wouldn't notice regardless.
I'm hyper fixated on my straw.
Gregor's busy waiting for straws.
I'm busy finding the bottom of my pint.
You get to the bottom pretty quickly, and there's like another one being slid down to you. This is not the first Slayer that's come into
So
this
they're just
bar.
hooking you up, man.
Kronk's gonna also order an ale, and not request a bendy straw
Pussy.
Why not though?
because he doesn't need one.
It's gonna be 4 copper pieces. Fargrim, you are drinking for free as a Slayer.
Okay, it's more convenient
yeah.
That's solid.
for me to just give him a gold.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do that.
Can get a couple drinks out of that, obviously. You get a
For 4 copper? Hell yeah.
yeah. You get a pretty good night. He gives you like the good stuff.
Cool, just like rounds on
Establishing,
the house.
establishing ourselves as high rollers.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're balling.
He gives you like that top shelf mead.
Hell yeah.
This man just made 4 gold in 2 minutes.
Yep.
More than that, because
He's,
Gregor
like,
threw some at
set.
him too.
He
So
did
Gregor threw
3,
3, and
and I
then
did
whatever his
1.
drink was.
I ball out, son.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ak, you have vanished from the group. What are you gonna go off and do?
Yeah, I'm looking for any sort of like crafts person.
Okay. You go kind of back to where everyone was, where like the blacksmith was, and you see some kind of like dwarven stalls like kind of built in, and you see one of them has some jewelry, one of them has some really like interesting, unique looking weapons. One seems to have clothing. There's a nice
Ooh.
assortment of stuff.
I'm gonna go check out either the jewelry or the weapons one.
Okay. Which one do we go to first?
I'm gonna go to the weapons one first.
Okay. You enter. There's some like really cool, like well-worked dwarvish weapons. Some of them seem to have like magical auras. And there's this just, even compared to Fargrim, this guy is giant and jacked. Shaved head, long beard, just fucking yoked.
By giant, do you mean wider?
Wider and taller.
Oh wow,
Whoa.
He's more yoked than me.
He's more yoked than Fargrim.
that's pretty yoked.
That is very yoked.
That's pretty yoked, dude. Fargrim
This-
Who is
Like-
this guy?
Fargrim hits the weights.
That's
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, you know, like those cows that have that weird disorder where they just keep growing muscles forever?
Myostatin, yes.
Yes, it's that, but a dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's myostatin.
scary.
Like, you can tell he just snorts creatine on the daily, like
Hell
a
yeah.
solid pound.
He's got one nostril for creatine, one nostril for
Yeah,
cocaine.
one of them is.
You can never tell which one's which.
He mixes them.
Just consistently just white powder.
Yeah, there's some like mysterious white powder like on his apron.
Every day is a white.
He
powder.
looks at the
This
small lizard that has entered his shop.
I wave.
So it's more dense than Fargrim. I'm just having a
Yes.
hard time wrapping my head around that.
It's a complex situation.
He is
But
comically large.
I wave at this large dwarf.
What brings you to my shop, laddie?
Of course.
There it is.
Hi.
Yep, there it is.
I'm looking for like. Do you have any? You are just wide.
Yes.
Do you have anything with like a? Could you make like a dagger or something with something on the pommel, like a design or something for me?
Yes.
All right. Could you like just like a dagger, like for a dwarf-sized person, and then I'm gonna use.
Is
mine.
this for you?
No, I'm not dwarf-sized.
Okay.
Even
Much smaller. But yeah, I'm going to. Can it look like this? And I'm going to use minor illusion and bring up Gary's shell.
I can do that for you.
All right, cool. That's it.
Okay.
You're just looking at me though. It's just. Do you need something?
Well, normally people pay for these things.
Oh, what do I owe you?
Let me pull up how much I think.
I've got some goblin ears.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I really thought you were gonna have like the goblin ear made into a dagger or something.
That would be cool.
Trying to pay the man in goblin ears.
Yeah,
That's why
I
when
got
I tried to
goblin
figure out
ears,
what to do with the
And I
dark
got
elf ears.
vampire ears, and I've got vampire
You
fangs.
got ears on ears.
And I've got some Naga fangs, and I've got this rock, and I've got another rock. This one's white, the other one's gray.
Do you want it to be a magic dagger?
Can you do that?
Yes.
Wow. Man, there's another guy who can do that too? I had no idea. Can all dwarfs do that?
He kind of looks at you, looks you up and down, sees that like childlike innocence in your eyes. Yes.
Wow.
It's like listening to kindergartners have a conversation.
Exactly.
He realizes that it's innocence and not a racial slur. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, dude. What do I pay you with? Some people like this stuff, and he holds up some gold, and some people like this stuff, and he holds up some ears.
What magic stuff do you want it to do, lad?
Could you make it stab harder?
Yes.
yes.
All right, that then.
Okay. That'll be 500 of the shiny bits and 2 ears.
I give him 500 silver.
The other shiny.
Oh my bad.
The golden shiny.
Gotcha.
Hands of 500 copper.
No, I hand him 500 gold.
Is this gold? Yeah.
Then you get to
No,
pick which 2 ears you give him.
Oh, he wanted ears too?
Yeah, he wants 2
Two
ears.
Dos arrows.
Okay, I give him a baby goblin ear, and I give him a grandma goblin ear. So I have 2 of each.
Okay.
You'd love to see it.
Okay. Give me tonight to finish this and come back in the morning and I'll have it ready for you.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Good luck there, small creature.
I'm Ack.
Good luck there, Ack.
Thanks. And then I zoom away.
Okay.
Actually, Ack, I come back. Do you know where I could buy like tools?
What kind of tools?
Like above game, like Tinker's tools.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of directs you down the street a little bit to another stall that has some like various assorted tools.
In
the window, you can see some like
I would get a set of Tinker's tools, and if it's legal to buy them, thieves' tools, and they have them.
Yeah, it's a dwarven fortress. You definitely
I take a set of each.
You go in and it's an average sized dwarf, pretty young looking, strange like gleam in his eyes. He kind of has obviously seen some stuff. He's selling thieves' tools openly, so obviously he like doesn't care.
I bring both sets up to the countertop and slap them on the counter and go, "Can I have these, please?"
Sure, you can, lad.
Doesn't care about crime or anything like that. Is
Nope.
openly cooking meth on the counter.
Okay, so it'll be 25 for the thieves' tools, and you want a tinkerers?
Yeah.
It'll be 50, so 75 gold total.
All right, cool.
What do you need these for, small one?
Stuff.
I love stuff. Good luck
Me
with your
too.
stuff there, small one.
You're not going to offer to make them magical or anything? Every other dwarf I've met so far has offered to make stuff magical.
He kind of looks at Ack. He's going to lean down a little bit, kind of put his arm around you, lean in and whisper, "Everything's magical if you use it right.
What?
The real magic was the crime you made along the way."
Axe mind is just like being blown today. It's just like all of this wisdom so beyond him.
I like you.
I like you too, small one. Would you like to try this? He offers you some herbs.
Yes, I take them and eat them immediately.
That is not what you were supposed to do with those, but
I hate it immediately.
okay. Give me a con save.
I think it's like one more level and then I'm immune to poison.
It's not poison.
He's gonna be like tripping when he comes back.
Just fast, just losing his shit.
That's soft 20.
Soft 20. Okay. You get this really pleasant kind of like tingling feeling like in your fingers.
This is awesome.
Everything like is just a little bit more vibrant than it normally is.
I bamf to the ceiling.
He kind of looks up at you. He's like, "Yeah, you're feeling it, huh, bud?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm gonna go see my friends now.
You do that."
Bye. And then I run off to my friends.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and sneak in without being noticed.
Give me a stealth roll.
I wish he would have failed because I would have loved to had to like subdue the uncatchable tiny lizard that's high as shit.
Yeah. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, no, you appear exactly where you want to appear.
I'm on
no
Gregor's
one sees
shoulder. Nobody noticed I wasn't there. Gregor thought I was there the whole time.
Yeah. At no point did I notice that you left.
He just looks over. It's just there.
So yeah, he's still there.
Like
So
Gregor
I have to
doesn't
go
have
back.
peripheral vision.
Yeah.
So like,
So I have to go back in the morning to get my.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just stoned as
He
fuck
has
on
literally
Gregor's
like
shoulder.
70 degrees of sight.
Yeah.
It's just fucking-
Gregor has 0 periffs.
Acts like looking at his fingers right now.
got that 90-degree forward arc.
Yeah.
All right. Aka's, yeah, just high as fuck in this tavern.
You're not high as fuck. You're having like a really pleasant, like mild trip.
Tripping my balls off.
Dude,
No,
every trip's a
he's-
mild trip
yeah.
on a magic school bus.
Yeah, just just a little baked. So what is everybody still drinking when I get back?
Yep.
You mean when you didn't leave?
When I didn't leave, yeah.
Fargrim, I'm gonna have you roll another d20.
Happy.
This time with disadvantage because you've been drinking for a hot minute.
Ooh.
Slamming them.
D's 20.
I rolled a 6.
A6. Okay. You start to hear the voice again, but
Whoa.
you're still not really sure what it's saying.
Do I start to recognize it?
You do. You think it was your wife's voice?
You can save 15% on your card.
No, it's not quite that. It's more like someone's calling your name,
Damn, dude. Hold up.
Is it like a?
and it's your wife.
Is it a violent-
Married, bro?
I mean, you don't know this. This is happening inside Fargrim's head.
I mean,
Just hear the faint whispers of, "Hi, Billy Mays here, bringing you."
No,
Is
also
it loud screaming of my name, or is it like?
no. It's more of like a
calling. of
like a
me,
calling.
like a gentle calling.
Like a
it's not-
gentle
it's
calling,
not
like,
violent.
Full beckoning.
it's different things. It's like this like long whisper of like you can almost half hear it, and in one it seems like she's calling your name, kind of like if like you came home from work and like your wife was home. Another one,
Fargrim, do the goddamn dishes.
you didn't quite roll for that, but maybe in the future. Another one is kind of like a soft, like loving whisper, like you guys are snuggled up on the couch together.
oh man.
And another one is like a kind of like frightened, like half whisper of like something is happening.
So all 3 of these are happening at the same time?
No, more of like as
That
far
would be fucking intense.
as Fargrim is drinking over the course of like you keep hearing these whispers. These are like the few things you pick out. Like you hear this voice kind of like that you can't quite hear. These are like the 3 things you pick out over the course of like a beer.
So Fargrim is getting a little bit more like anxious at this point. He's like rocking a little bit.
Gregor, you finally
he,
clued in.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
he kind of like hits himself in the head a few more times. He like slams his drink and then puts it down so hard on the table it shatters the glass.
The bartender's gonna look at you and see the mohawk and not say anything and just give you a new mug of beer.
I'm quick to grab it.
He put like a shot in it beforehand because he kind of figured you might need it.
Wild.
So Kronk's seeing all of this, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over and be like, "Hey, before you drink that, let's put that in a mug that's a little more durable." And I've got a tankard, and I want to switch from that one. I'm gonna pour it in the other one and set it down in front, and put the glass one back for the bartender.
It's like a earthenware.
I'm doing it anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Do I notice this?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
he
telling you, I'm
you're like
like,
reaching
hey.
for it, and you see Kronk pours it into a different.
More
I'm
durable.
gonna-
Receptacle.
I'm gonna roll to see like how he reacts at this point, cause he seems very like,
Yeah.
he's very on his nerves. He feels very violent right now, and
Out
it's
of
not-
character, it's a tankard of sobriety. Because Kronk is a little worried about where this is going. So he's like, yeah, here, let me. And he just kind of like switches it into the tankard of sobriety.
Oh, so it just cancels out the alcohol?
Yeah, like you can drink it and taste it and everything, but you can't get drunk off of it.
I'm gonna roll to see. I'm gonna roll to see how he reacts. A 3, not well.
She said no.
You like take a sip, you realize that you're not getting more drunk.
Well, no.
Oh,
Basically, I'm gonna
Throw hands.
No, I'm gonna grab it, realize it's not a dwarven stein, throw it at him, be like, "Get your manling mug away from me."
Why's it gotta get racial? You know?
And because he's
mad.
drunk, right? Yeah, he's not
Drunk and
like
mad.
he's not-
Oh my
he's
God.
back in his
So
hometown.
what you're saying is
and
that
he's not doing
Fargrim
good.
just threw a full tankard of ale at Kronk
Yes.
wearing his finest clothes.
Yes.
Oh, so Gregor's gonna see this. And
we are
immediately
so squaring up right now. Kronk
he's gonna
Yeah.
stand up.
pissed.
And like, so he's gonna see. Okay, so Gregor's gonna see that like Kronk's wearing his finest clothes that are now stained, potentially ruined forever.
Kronk like looks down at his clothes and looks back up and is fucking fuming.
I will immediately go to like, I'm gonna attempt to restrain Kronk.
Okay. All right. Fucking strength off.
Ack is sitting on the countertop.
Okay, I rolled. That's a 12.
I rolled a 9, so that is
All right,
past.
so I'm gonna hold, and I'm just gonna like in your ear. He's drunk. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't mean it. We're in his hometown. This is really hard for him. Like this isn't it. Like come on, man. Like you know what's happening.
Any idea how expensive these fucking
Hey man,
clothes were?
we got dwarfs here. They're gonna get the stain. They can work magic. They're gonna get the stains out. We're gonna figure it out, man.
Kronk's like borderline just like shaking with rage.
I'm just holding for all I got.
I was just like looking at Fargrim like, you're paying for this shit. You're cleaning this.
Deep breath,
I don't
deep
care
breath.
who's doing it.
Dude, you have prestidigitation.
Deep breaths, man.
I don't give a fuck.
It's the principle of the matter.
Yeah, I
They don't know
don't
that.
I don't acknowledge any of this. Like this is not happening.
So yeah, I would
right now
imagine
for me.
Fargrim's just being wide on a bar stool right now.
Yeah, he's still in his head. He does not acknowledge anything is happening around.
Plus, I
him.
actually don't think I still have prestidigitation. I think I got rid of that.
But yeah, like
You swapped out your cantrip?
I'm purposely like I'm gonna
Yeah,
bear
when you
hug
level, you
like
can
I'm gonna
change
come from
spells.
behind bear hug
Oh, no,
Kronk
I
and then
saw that.
immediately do a pivot to put my body in between Kronk and Fargrim. Cause I know I've seen the light in Kronk's eye.
It's fucking rage.
Violence. It's the same light that Gregor gets pretty much every day.
Ack,
That's how he recognizes it.
of course.
Real recognizes real. A kindred spirit. Birds of a feather flock together. So like Gregor's gonna like, we're gonna get the stains out. We're gonna figure it out. All right. We'll talk to him when he's of better mind. But like we both know this is hard on him, and he's not himself.
You're lucky Kronk is not also drunk. Kronk's had a beer, so Kronk is still sober. And Kronk is going to kind of just like storm off, and he's going back to his room because he's got to change.
All right.
Ack has been sitting on the countertop playing with his two rocks the way that a child would play with two action figures and just sort of like bash them together and making up a little narrative in his head.
So happy for Ack right now.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Yeah, Ack is like having the time.
Ack is just like our
This
young...
place is amazing to him. It's in a mountain. There's cool people everywhere that keep offering him stuff.
Everyone's magic.
Yeah. They're blowing his mind
This
left
is just
and
like
right.
the pinnacle of high society.
Yeah, this is like everything Ack grew up in, but better.
Yeah.
This is basically Ack's like perspective of what heaven would be.
Yeah.
Essentially,
He
This
had a
is like
vision
if
of
Ack
heaven.
grew up in Detroit.
because it
this was, like,
basically is
Orange
heaven.
County.
yeah. Yeah, sort of. Like if there were just like
This
a
is
few more
dwarven heaven.
if there were a few more kobolds, like this place would be great.
Great.
So
That's
as,
a great
as,
hold.
as Kronk
Yeah.
like storms off, I'm gonna walk up to Fargrim and like just put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "Listen,
You can tell
I
when you
know-
put your hand on him that he's like super hot and like shaking.
It's tensed up.
right?" That's why I'm like, "Hey, I know this is hard for you, and I can't. I mean, you know what? I can understand what you're going through. I can. So if you need someone to like, if you just want to talk to somebody, I'm here. If not, that's fine too. I'll give you your space, but don't ever take it out on another member of the party ever again, and I'll just walk away." I've already walked away. I've already
Honestly,
walked away.
Fargrim did not process anything he just said.
Just fucking.
Fargrim was dead eyes
out.
forward that whole time. Just Gregor just
Yeah,
nothing's coming
he
through.
heard he heard nothing.
Yeah.
Talking to a
Even
wall.
without my plate, like Gregor's ready to just do the damn thing.
Gregor, give me an insight check.
I mean, that's an 18.
18.
It's pretty good.
You notice that Fargrim is just not with it right now, and you're not entirely sure if he understood what you just said
Shut
because
up.
he's just sitting there, just like shaking, just like dead-eyed stare, just obviously like something's happening.
So Gregor not really being too in touch with like social cues. He's gonna just assume maybe it's too loud in this bar. So he's actually gonna turn back around, go back, put his hand back on Fargrim's shoulder, lean in closer, and say the exact same thing but louder. And then walk away again.
Is there any response? No.
Fargrim is honestly like going internal at this. Like he is within himself.
So look, so Gregor took that.
So he's
person.
having he's having an episode
I
right
dropped
now.
my hammer. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, that'll definitely knock him out. I mean, of his little episode. But yeah, he is literally not in tune.
Could I this isn't rules as written, but I just wonder, like, story wise. So I can expend 5 points of my lay on hands to like cure a poison or a disease. Can I spend like 10 points to cure him of existential crisis?
You can't take away the cause of it, but you could potentially end the episode.
Okay.
If Fargrim would let you do that. He will like be given the choice
Okay.
to either come out of it or not, and then make that choice.
So as I lean in to like say these things, I'll put my hand on his shoulder, and like I'm not gonna acknowledge it, but as I'm putting my hand on his shoulder, I'm imbuing that energy.
So
But
Fargrim,
he has to consent, I guess.
so you get like this warm, kind of like caring feeling that like for a second like knocks you out of it, and you have the choice. You can either kind of come up from the state you're in, or you can kind of sink down back into it.
All right, so basically, this is kind of what's going on in Fargrim's head right now. So he feels this, and he feels two different emotions. One is his natural instinct to not want to feel any of this and want to jump right back out, and the other part of him is feeling like he wants to understand what the heck, who the voice was, what's going on, why it's causing him to be this way, and why he's having these like visions, and he doesn't understand like what they are and who they are, and he's kind of lost. But his natural reaction is to just avoid all kind of emotion, all kind of like I don't know, I guess confrontation with what potentially might be happening. So he's gonna jump out of it.
So you notice, Gregor, that Fargrim stops shaking and kind of like his eyes kind of focus
Good.
again.
Yeah, so I guess that's just like what I said before of like, I understand. And if you ever need someone to talk to, like, I think if anyone in the party is going to understand what you're going through, it's me, because I've also been exiled.
I don't know what you mean. I don't feel like I'm going through anything.
Okay, hey,
I'm
that's
just
cool, man.
drinking my beer, man.
That's cool, man. Hey,
Yo, dog, be
but
cool.
with that being said,
Yeah, what's up?
don't ever take it out on one of us ever again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See, that's like the one answer I feel like Gregor would not accept.
I have
Like,
no,
take
I,
responsibility for your actions, man.
bro. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I'm just drinking my beer. I'm drinking my ale.
Give an insight check there, Gregor.
It's 12.
You realize Fargrim is like not like hiding something. Like he seems like actually genuinely confused by what you're talking about.
So he just was like super out of it before, huh?
Yeah.
You do realize you just like ruined Kronk's favorite clothes, right?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you just ruined. So okay, so you just ruined Kronk's favorite clothes. So next time you see him, you might want to apologize, or at least throw him a couple coin to get that shit dry cleaned.
See, apologies are not really my thing.
Yeah, I don't. Check it out.
So I mean,
I personally, I don't care I don't care that they're not your thing.
So okay, so you're telling me that his clothes
Yes.
a material thing,
Yes.
I have to apologize for his
For
clothing.
ruining them, yes. It's called courtesy.
I will not do that.
Look it up. Just think about it. Just think about it.
Yeah, no. But
Just think about it. That's all. Just think about it.
I don't even know what I would be apologizing for because I didn't even do anything. So
You did.
I'm just gonna go ahead.
You
and
did do it.
continue
You-
drinking
you
my
did.
ale.
You did, but okay. I immediately regret helping you, and I'll remember this moving forward.
You get the Fallout thing. Gregor disliked that.
Yeah, just like
I was
that's
gonna-
all
I was
say.
gonna
All
look
I'm
at
gonna say
him
is
and just
before I
look
remove my
away.
hand from your shoulder, I'm gonna say, "I'm gonna remember this," and then I'll walk away.
I was gonna be like, oh, okay.
Ak is now using minor illusion to give special effects to his little toy fight.
I'm gonna scoop up Act as I'm walking away from the bar.
Where are we going?
I don't even know.
Just walk.
I'm in.
So meanwhile, Kronk's in his room, and he's like
Crying about his clothes.
Like
getting
Barney
more
Stinson.
self-control, and he's pretty pissed, but like he does remember like it's not a big deal because he can prestidigitate, because in the moment he's not thinking about that, like he's not thinking clearly, he's just livid. But being back in the room and having like taken it off, it's just like laid out, and he's like prestidigitating all the fucking beer out of his clothes.
He's got club
He's
soda in a
cleaning it up.
bag.
Yeah. I have lemon pledge.
Did you get one of like? Did you hit the button to get like the dwarf to come help you?
No,
No, he just
Once he
cat-
got back and he had a moment to kind of like process things and chill, when he's not in like a blind raging fury.
He cast level 3 club soda.
Exactly. So he's like cleaned up all his clothes, but he's gonna fold his clothes up and put them in his like bag, and he's just gonna put his armor on because he's just not having it. Like he's not in like the homely mood anymore. He's very displeased with life at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting all his Gucci gear back on.
I'm gonna drop Act back off at his room, and then Gregor's just gonna go to his own room.
Okay.
And probably just call it a night. I would imagine it's nighttime. Like, in the,
I mean, you guys
The
like woke
mental-
up in the morning and then yeah, you guys spent a day running
Right.
around and drinking.
I
And
would
stuff.
imagine like we're winding down. This was us at the bar.
I'm hitting the button again. Getting more meat.
Immediately.
Okay.
Back to
The
meat.
the dwarf comes by to the door. Yes,
Yeah, can I have more meat again?
of course. I shall bring it immediately.
You're
Is
great.
there anything else you require?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
He kind of bows and walks out, and you hear little like, or not little, but you hear like the heavy dwarf footsteps going down the hallway. And he comes back very shortly with just this another giant platter of assorted meats.
Axe on the ceiling.
He knocks on the door.
I open the door from the wall.
He looks at you, remembers you did something very similar the night before, doesn't say anything, comes in, puts the platter down on the table.
I give him a vampire ear.
He looks at it, he looks at you,
Keep the change.
he looks back at it, he kind of shrugs, bows again, and leaves.
All right, I'm eating my meat again until I pass out from the meat sweats.
So Axe having a great day.
This place is awesome.
Kronk's more like comfortable back in his armor. He's just gonna go for a walk.
Okay.
He's just gonna go take a walk, kind of like around town, and just kind of check it out and see the sights.
You run into a couple dwarves. They're a little surprised to see you, but it's been a day, so word of your travels has kind of come out. You see a little dwarf boy with his mother, and you see he kind of looks up at you and kind of like
Hurts his
points
neck.
you out to, like, kind of like pulls on his mom's sleeve and kind of points you out and says something in Dwarvish. And the mom kind of like puts her arm around his shoulder, says something back in Dwarvish, and they kind of like move along.
I'm not gonna like say anything. I just kind of like hear them and notice that they're kind of talking about me a little bit. Kronk's just gonna continue walking on. He's not really super in the mood for socializing or inquiries. He is in fact dwelling on his secret, and thinking he's got a secret in mind to share. He's gonna make his way back to the, like, what was it, a master runesmith?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make his way down there.
Okay. You kind of remember the way that Fargrim led you. You passed several dwarves. One of them asked you a question in Dwarvish, kind of on your way down.
I apologize. I don't speak Dwarvish. Do you happen to speak Common?
He says something else in Dwarvish.
I just kind of shrug.
He says something like a different phrase, a clearly different phrase in Dwarvish, very like questioning.
What does he look like?
Just
Does he look like a guard or just like a regular dude?
no, just like a dude.
Just a regular dude.
Just some dude. Guy.
He's trying to like ask me shit. Yeah, I don't speak Dwarvish. I just kind of like
He
look
starts like
around.
miming, like he's like pointing at you,
Yes.
and then he's pointing,
Me.
and you see this kind of like quizzical look, and he's pointing in like different directions.
Are you trying to instruct me somewhere? Like, Master Runesmith. I go to Master Runesmith.
He looks at you. He looks confused. He once again points at you and then points in various directions.
I don't understand you. I'm gonna like, goodbye. It was nice to meet you, and I like wave, and I'm just gonna start walking in the direction I think I was supposed to be going.
You notice he kind of like shrugs, says something under his breath in Dwarvish, and just walks in a different direction.
Okay. Kronk like does a double take, like very confused, and continues on his way.
Okay. You roll me a history check to see if you remember your way down there.
A unnatural 22.
Okay. You remember the way pretty well. You didn't mark it out in Mayo, but it still stands out in your mind as if you did. So you find your way down there and you find the crack and you hear him you also hear like this clanging sound as if he's like hitting metal and stuff. You go into the crack and you see him. He has your circlet. There's like a little like anvil and hammer, and he's kind of sitting like deeply inhaling the fumes and like chanting to himself.
Mesothelioma.
As you walk in, he like holds up a hand as you like start to enter this like little chamber he's in. He keeps talking for a bit with like his hand up. For a little bit, he like puts his hand down to like work on something and like immediately puts it back up.
Okay. I'm just standing there. I'm assuming he doesn't want me to interrupt something, so I'm just waiting.
There's a bright flash that like fills the room for a second, and then there's like this just like very like peaceful kind of like openness feeling of the room, kind of like you're just like in like this bubble and it's just you and him and the outside world doesn't matter. And he's going to turn to you.
Is this supposed to be a zone of truth?
Not necessarily.
Because I have a ring of mind shielding.
That's
I don't
fine.
think a ring of mind shielding would cancel out a zone of truth.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't cancel out.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
You also don't know what this is unless you want to
Okay,
roll like
well,
Arcana to see.
I
what this
will
is.
say though,
I would have
for
to make
zone
a
of
save
truth,
against
like
it.
the people with zone of truth, like you do know, like if someone casts zone of truth and you're in it, you do know like that it's happening.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I'm asking, because
No, it's not that.
there's certain things that the mind shielding ring does.
But if you want to know what he's doing, you can roll Arcana.
Because yeah, they can't determine whether I'm lying or not. So like, even if I was in a zone of truth, they wouldn't be able to discern if I was lying or telling the truth. But, anyways, Arcana check.
If you want to know what this is,
A
otherwise.
12.
Okay.
I'm curious.
You
It feels weird.
It
not
does
familiar
feel
with
weird.
Magic.
you're not entirely sure what it is. You're kind of guessing it has something to do with whatever he's doing to your circlet, but you're not entirely sure.
Okay. Does he appear to be like in the throes of working on something?
No, this kind of happens, and then he turns toward you.
Okay. I just kind of like put my hands behind like my back and like quizzically look at him and ask, is this strange feeling because of your rune arts?
Yes, I have reached the stage where I need your secret. And this envelopment is so that you may say it and it will be here and only here. And it will be channeled in, but not let out.
Interesting. Would anyone know my secret aside from you?
Not unless you have also told them, in which case the spell will fail and this will not work.
Very well. Okay, I have my secret.
Okay.
My secret is that I once murdered a man for threatening to besmirch the honor of myself and my companions.
Does anyone else know of this act?
No.
This is a fair secret.
So out of character, that secret is from when I borrowed Gregor's Helm of Teleportation to teleport back onto the boat that took us to Albion. And I murdered the captain of that boat in his sleep because he was threatening to go back and tell everyone that they shouldn't take us anywhere.
As DM,
We're trouble.
that threat was not made. Kronk made that up and decided to act on it.
It was implied because
It
he was talking
very
about
much
how,
was
like,
not.
oh, like I'm going to tell
Perception
everyone.
is reality, though.
Out of game as DM, I said he might tell stories of this because,
that-
like, you
and
tell
Kronk
sailing
took that
stories.
as a threat.
That wasn't. It was out of game a joke about sailors telling sailing stories and the high tales and wild zany adventures he would make out of this. And
He
then,
was mad at us because
well,
we were
you
talking about trying
sold
to get a ride
his
back
boat to the Flying Dutchman.
to save their lives from servitude.
Yeah, we did that for them.
Yeah, we literally saved them. And they didn't have to be happy about it, but he was very mad and did not like us. And Kronk took this as an implication that we were going to be besmirched and
I
we
took that
weren't going to be. Yeah, he literally took that personally. So he teleported back and onto the boat in the night, murdered him in his sleep, barricaded the door, stayed in the room.
Yeah, did you like drink some of his wine and like read
Yeah,
one of his books or something?
Yeah, I was reading one of his books and then I put it back because I had to wait because the Helm of Teleport. Because I went back to Gregor and then realized like that I then had the plan that I wanted to frame someone for the murder. So I went back and used the third charge and took the ring off of him because Kronk used invisibility and he snuck down to like the quarters of the first mate, and I left the ring like kind of like half hidden by his bunk so that like someone would find it and blame him for the murder. And then I waited in the captain's quarters, barricaded it for the night until the helm recharged. And like when people were knocking, I just ignored it. And it's the captain's quarters, so they fucking left him alone.
And no one's gonna bust in.
Yeah, exactly. So then I like unbarricaded it when time was up, when like sunrise hit again, and put the books and everything back. And then I just teleported back to Gregor. And Gregor was like, sus. And Kronk lied to him and he's like, yeah, everything's fine. Because he told him he was going to go deal with it. And Gregor had a feeling that there was more to that, but he never asked. So yeah, Kronk basically went and like framed the first mate of the ship for murder of the captain.
Remember you promised me when you took the helm that like no one was gonna get hurt.
Yeah, he was like, you literally asked me to like, yeah, just nobody can get hurt. And I was like, oh yeah, I promise.
Yeah, you said you were gonna like pay him off or something.
Immediately.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I was
didn't you
just like,
take
I'm
some
gonna
of
take
his
care of
gold
it.
to pay him
Yeah, I
off?
took some of Gregor's gold, and when I came back, I gave it back to you. I like tossed the bag of gold back to him. He's like, don't worry about it. I took care of it. And Gregor was like kind of sus, but Kronk just like walked away, and that was the end of it. And it was
No, I
never
remember. I
talked
think I
about
did an
since.
insight check, but I rolled like super low.
It was like, eh.
yeah.
So like you didn't know if I was lying, but you were kind of like not sure, and we just left it there, and it was never talked about again,
Nice.
and it never came up. So that is the secret.
The
that
secret
I,
never spoken.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my secret never spoken.
It's all pre-act.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
Way
This
back
was
in the
like
campaign.
before the
This
big
was-
spice.
This was
even.
early at,
Yeah.
like, in our time of playing these characters.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the secret.
Okay.
I had just gotten my whip.
Ooh.
Yeah,
True.
you stole it off of some very kinky dark elf pirates.
Yep.
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 Murdered them and then took the whip.
Yep. The Kyles.
That's where we met Randy also.
Yeah.
Was that
that was
adventure?
when Randy made his debut.
Yeah.
Oh.
CTE pushing our boat rudder with
Oh,
his head.
that's the
Yeah, that
boat
is-
Randy-
Same adventure. Yep.
Okay, okay.
It was that adventure. But anyways,
Back to the game.
that's my secret.
Okay. He as you're saying this, you notice this like wispy green kind of like not really an orb but like thing is now kind of floating, and it's growing bigger the more of this story you tell. And he kind of like he doesn't hold it, but he kind of like puts his hands around it, and he brings it over onto the circlet and starts chanting. And you notice this kind of like as he's doing this, the like peaceful feeling kind of ends. It almost like washes over you, like towards this little orb, or not orb, but like presence he's holding. And he goes back to muttering and like doing all this dwarvish stuff, and he kind of like flicks his hand at you that like you can leave now.
Very well.
Okay.
And Kronk just turns kind of quietly and just like walks out and doesn't say anything else.
Okay.
He's gonna head back to his quarters. Actually, you know what? He is going to head back towards the armorer, the blacksmith.
Okay.
And he's gonna head there because he wants to see if he could get that ripcord put on his armor. He's reconsidered.
It's getting kind of late, so it looks like he's kind of finishing up. You can see Gregor's armor is on his bench. He seems to be working at it, doing some stuff. Kind of not thrilled with the acid burns he sees on it.
Shit, neither was I.
This, good evening, Master Smith. Was there anything I can assist you with by chance?
No, lad, you came to my shop. What do you need there? No beard?
I was actually wondering if you would be able to install some quick releases on my armor.
I can do that. I have that skill. It may take a bit because I'm working on your paladin friend's armor here.
I assumed. I can leave it. What would you like in payment?
Frick, let me pull up the price chart for this because you sent it a bit ago and I did not think to write it down.
I have it in paper.
Ooh, that is even better. I don't need to dig
That's
for
right.
it.
I had copies.
Came
quick release
prepared.
clasps was listed as 200 gold.
And we were changing that because those prices are very... Because that's the one from the other supplement, right?
Yeah, but this is like some of the like random. It's not like the actually useful shit, like the combat mechanic stuff.
Believe the going rate for that stuff is that is about 60% less than in the PHP.
Bro, you got me fucked up. You think I'm gonna pay like 600 gold just to be able to drop my armor before bed? A haggle.
I was
Do it,
I was
then.
gonna put it about 500, but if you want to roll to persuade him
I
for less,
will barter.
Haggle. Haggle it up.
Or don't.
Or don't. Yeah.
That's a 9.
Probably should have not.
I mean, it's like average.
he looks at you, lad.
You have a +5. That's not average.
No,
I mean, the roll wasn't, but the result was.
yeah.
I appreciate what you're trying to do there, lad.
Results oriented,
but no.
Ben. Results oriented.
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
No.
Very well. I will take my business elsewhere then.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for your time.
He said get fucked.
Dude, I'm not going to pay 500 gold just to be able to take my armor off.
That's fair.
That's just very
You
expensive.
do what you got. You do what Kronk's
feel
got to
like
do.
500 gold was
putting
the
it on-
cost of getting my crown, my magically enchanted crown that required a secret of me murdering someone. It was the same price. So I'm just
To be
not
fair,
here for it.
Taking your armor off is like a 10-minute process. So like,
I feel like there's not that many scenarios in which taking it off is beneficial, but putting it on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it takes 10 minutes to don your armor and like 2 minutes to doff it, but I never take my armor off in combat. It's mainly so that I can just drop it before bed and do my nude burpees faster. So, as
Purely
much as I
aesthetic.
love buying RP stuff,
do what
Kronk's just not willing to drop 500 on
do
that.
what Kronk's got to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll just walk off. I'll head back to my bedroom.
You find your way back with no incident.
Very well. I'm going to doff my armor over the course of 2 minutes, begrudgingly.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
takes 10 minutes to take the armor off?
Yeah.
I thought it...
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I had that mixed up. It's 2 to put it on, 10 to take it off.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Real quick to put it on.
Boom.
Quick, unless you're in
I was gonna
combat.
say yeah, it's a long time in combat, but
Yeah. Yeah, so he's just going to start getting ready for bed. Order some
Okay.
light din.
Okay.
Grubhub.
Yeah.
Yeah. a plate full of meat.
I'm going to hit my Uber Eats button on the wall and order like a nice supple meal.
Okay. He comes in with some traditional dwarvish fare, unless you were like really specific about what you wanted.
Should have got a plate full of meats.
I want to try
Yeah,
some of the local cuisine. Thank you very much.
You get a plate. It has a slab of spiced meat that you don't quite recognize.
Goat testicles.
No. Some various mushroom-looking things,
Interesting.
and some
Haggis.
grains that you don't necessarily recognize.
I'm
It's all very good, though.
gonna hand him 2 gold as like a tip.
He takes it, puts it in his pocket, bows, and leaves.
All right. Kronk's gonna eat his food
Okay.
and he's gonna strip.
Very, very flavorful. It's not spicy. It's just, when you eat something that's just like
It's got some
super flavorful. It's very flavorful.
Interesting. Nice. I love it. Kronk loves the culinary.
Fargrim's gonna stumble his way back and just pass out on the bed.
Okay, you guys,
Like a champ.
Ack and maybe Kronk hear the drunken stumblings of Fargrim.
We hear drunken stumblings.
Yes, you hear very loud, very thick dwarves, or a very loud, very chonky dwarf, kind of drunkenly stumbling down this stone hallway. There's a couple thuds. He doesn't fall, but he may or may not have bumped into a few things.
It'd be like that.
Kronk's gonna make an insight
yeah.
check to see if he discerns a 19. He recognizes the sounds of Fargrim's drunken stupor, and
That walk of shame, though.
after having done his walk and calmed down, his heart rate starts picking up again a little bit,
Immediately
and he just gets
enraged.
Forever.
irritated again. Like he had chilled out and he was kind of relaxed, had a nice meal, he's getting ready for bed, and then he hears this and is just reminded and is just kind of pissed again. But
Baby.
not angry, but he's just like, fucking goddamn asshole. And he just kind of rolls over in his bed.
Ack looked up from his meat for 1 second and then went back to the meat.
Cool.
Yeah.
And as always, Gregor just misses it entirely.
Oblivious. Just completely oblivious.
Gregor, what are you doing in your room?
I'm just my oils. I'm just meditating with
Just
my
my
oils.
oils.
Just meditating with my oils.
Actually, Kronk being agitated is going to knock on the door leading into Gregor's room. He gets out of bed in his PJs.
Gregor's gonna answer the door. Just rocking, just oiled up. Like,
Just rocking a mankini.
yeah, just,
Disrupting his oil session. That's bold.
it's kind of a bad time, man.
Got room for one more?
Always.
Cool. Kronk's gonna head in. He's gonna start stripping his PJs off. Be hanging out in his fucking
just meditate.
Goliath briefs. And he's just gonna start hanging out, oil up, and start meditating.
Meditating.
Yeah.
Gregor, which oil do you
Intensely
specifically give him
meditating.
to help with his angst?
Oh, I got some lavender oil.
Some
Yeah,
of
that's what I
my
figured.
essential oils.
Yeah. There's some lavender. That's the one.
This isn't the first time, so there's a bottle specifically that's got a piece of tape on it. It's got
This
Kronk.
Kronk.
It's just my favorite one.
Some chamomile, some lavender, just
it's
all
a
of the
nice
most
mix.
calming scents.
Calming oil.
There's a little bit of some Matorkin spice in there from the botanical gardens. It just reminds me of home.
an absolute touch of eucalyptus.
Do I hear Kronk go over to Gregor's room?
Yeah.
Ack gets a little bit jealous and goes back to his meat. Ack feels
Gotta let
left-
your dads have some dad time.
Ack feels a little left out, but he's got his plate of meat and he just goes back to the meat.
Okay.
So, I guess with that, we will be wrapping up the episode. Kronk and Gregor
Just
Can we
some,
just-
intensely meditating with
oiling
their
up.
oils.
just some oil yoga.
Yeah.
Can we just? Can we
What?
take a second to appreciate the fact, out of character, obviously, to appreciate the fact that I just love that Gregor knowing Fargrim for as long as he does, I love that he thought the best way to address the situation is to one threaten him and to ask him to apologize.
It's not our fault. You're an asshole.
Well, also, and again, like this is something I have written on my character sheet and something I've done from day one, where Gregor does not understand social cues.
Yeah,
True. Yeah, he's
absolutely.
really bad
I
at
know,
social
I know.
Like, so
I just found that funny. Like the two things you do not ask a dwarf to do or say to a dwarf.
all Gregor saw was one of his friends being mean to another one of his friends, and was like, "Hey,
You should go apologize for
Fix
spilling
it.
your drink on him.
Especially because for Kronk,
No.
that's like for Kronk, that's a
deep
pretty
cut.
nice gesture for him to try and like, because like he knows you're very proud, and he's like not trying to be disruptive or like stop you drinking, but like he recognizes that something is wrong, so he's
Yeah.
trying to like subtly
Right.
help without like confronting you.
See, if Fargrim was like, in normal state, like he would have taken it like and not even thought twice. Yeah, I was like, oh, cool mug, thanks, man.
No,
That's
okay. It's hashtag role playing.
yeah, just RP sesh."
Yeah.
after a lot
It's a
of
good one.
several episodes of combat,
This is a good one.
went back to some RP.
Mm-hmm. And since people are probably going to be wondering, the letter in the beginning from Gorst is because Alec is going to be switching characters. So he is going to be back. He was unavailable.
We did not
tonight.
kill him.
Yeah,
No.
he's not like
Yet.
not playing anymore or
No, he
anything
just happened
crazy
to-
like that.
It just worked out that one, he wanted to retire Gorst and go a different way, and two, he was just unavailable to play tonight.
Yeah, he wanted to switch characters, and he wasn't free tonight because he had some New Year's Eve plans, which is when we're playing. We are playing on New Year's
31st,
Eve right
baby.
now. Yep. So happy New Year, everyone, up and coming.
We haven't
But-
killed him yet.
Correct. So he
Heavy
will,
on the-
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
he will be back in probably another, not the next episode, but the following. He
Maybe.
should be probably coming back with a new character.
I think he'll be in the next episode.
We'll see.
Are we done for the night?
I have more stuff for you guys, actually.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That I don't know. All I know is in the grand scheme, I know quote tomorrow in real time, he will be available. And that's
Yep.
when we're
Tomorrow, New Year's Day, we're doing a grind
we're doing
session.
another
Some
play.
dund.
We're playing some more
Dund.
D&D.
Yeah, we're getting
tomorrow.
you guys some more content.
So make sure to follow and subscribe on whatever platform you are, and wait for every episode every week, and
Stay up.
Yeah, stay up to
up.
date.
Yep.
And on our Patreon for free, we have 3 prequel episodes that were recorded before we got our nice equipment, and they don't sound the best, but they are slightly pre-AC and also show how the party met AC.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
Those sessions, I wish we would have had our mics because I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
those sessions were a lot of fun.
They were really good. They're
Very
super
fun.
funny.
Yeah, they were. I think we had a lot of fun with those.
Yeah.
audio
it's just
quality, just absolute
there.
dog
Yeah.
water.
We're trying to do one Yeti mic dangling over the table to pick up all of the audio.
because we were all being cheap and like
Yeah.
we each didn't want to buy our own mic.
We were trying like the budget option of using one mic, and it just didn't really work out. So
I think if we had less people and we liked each other more, so we could sit closer together. But unfortunately, like in D&D, we need 5 feet of space between everyone. Not for COVID, just so that we don't punch each other constantly.
we did that before COVID.
yeah.
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 But it's all good because now we have like over $2,000 of equipment and a 6x4 table.
It's still
we're
not enough
at.
space. There's still definitely...
Oh yeah.
We've had to cut out some violence.
Anyways,
It is worth suffering through the poor audio quality because it is very funny and
very
has a lot of.
We had what I was trying to say. Yeah, I was like, we had fun making it. So hopefully, even with the shitty quality, you guys have fun with it.
And
a
as
really
we know,
good
Ack is the
lore.
fan favorite. So if you want to see how the party met him,
Yeah.
He's my favorite, at
You,
least.
can, you can
Probably
listen
might
to
be.
the prequel.
Maybe not
episodes.
anymore, because apparently this isn't your favorite podcast.
But
Boom.
they are free on Patreon at patreon.com/drop dice.
Yep.
And follow our social medias. Instagram, I think we are Drop Dice Media. And
Drop Dice on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're pretty much
We're everywhere.
we're everywhere,
We're
man.
either Drop Dice or Drop Dice Media on every social media there is.
Check us
Slam
out.
through.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks
a
for
good one.
listening.
Thanks, guys.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye, friends.